Today and right now, I allow the pain I've been holding to flow through me and to be released back into the universe. Hey, you looking for a way to get into mindfulness and meditation practices, but you're not sure where to start? Well, you come to the right place. Today, we're talking about one of my favorite ways to practice mindfulness and meditation, journaling. And at the end of this video, if you stick around, I'll show you a little bit of something that I've been working on just as an example. But before we get into that, I'd love to talk about why I think everybody should be out here journaling, especially if they're looking for some kind of easy entry level into some kind of new mindfulness or meditation practice. Journaling is extremely accessible. It's free, and as long as you know how to read and write, it's available for everybody. I mean, like a little journal like this costs probably like two for $1 right now in America, and what it can do for you is incredible. So, on my own personal journey, I started journaling when I was probably about 10, maybe 8. I'm not exactly sure because it just feels like it was something I naturally did. I used to love to write little stories. And then when I felt like I had, moments that I would want to talk to somebody, but I had nobody to talk to, I would write it down. And that would a lot of times, even to this day, make me feel a lot better. So I think it's a really powerful way to kind of observe your thoughts almost from like a third party if you go back and read, but even the writing of it sometimes can feel like it's not necessarily you. Going back to read your journal can also feel like you're following patterns, and you can find patterns in your behaviors or in your thought patterns that can help you improve your life. You can kind of see where that link in the chain is loose or weak, and whatever needs to be fixed or addressed or taken care of. I genuinely feel like journaling is a great way to find out. That may not even be the reason why you're writing. You might just be writing because you need to, flush out some emotions. But I will say that going back and reading every once in a while will definitely help you see, where your mind really is at. With that being said, I'd like to give you guys some really easy and accessible ways to get into journaling. And I'd love to hear if you have any ways that also you'd like to share with the group. So as a child, I would journal whenever I felt like I needed to talk to somebody. And I think that even still, I will do the same thing. And I think it's a good practice for anyone. But if you're in more of the way of looking to start a regular mindfulness or meditative practice, setting a time for each day or every couple days is definitely going to help keep you on a schedule and keep you consistent. Lately, personally, I've been doing these kind of like flow writings, like pen to paper, and let that go in the morning time before I even have my coffee or look at my phone. I just sit and I just like get some stuff out, and that's been really nice and really helpful. And I've been doing my more kind of thought process journaling, or maybe more, I don't know, maybe more conversational style, like I'm having a conversation with myself. I've been doing that journaling at night. I didn't always journal twice in one day, but that's just kind of what I feel like I need right now. But once a day for anyone, especially starting out, is more than enough. And if you can get several times in a week, I think that's even better. I would say set a timer maybe for 5-10 minutes. 5 minutes definitely isn't intimidating at all. And if you get to that 5 minutes and all you wrote was just a little bit of how you were feeling, like I feel sad, that's more than nothing. And also to admit even those big emotions to yourself is a step into the right direction. I think sometimes people will go so long trying to avoid the emotion versus acknowledging it and feeling it and letting it pass through you. You can't ignore the thing. You can't ignore the elephant in the room. So by addressing the elephant in the room, it really is a great start. So it really isn't about necessarily the quantity of writing, it's really the quality of what you're writing. And I think just setting a timer, what that does is just get you to sit down and begin to write. And let's say you get to the end of that 5 minute timer, that 10 minute timer, and you're on a roll and you want to keep writing, then, of course, keep writing, keep going. Or, and just as the same thing I said earlier, if you're writing and you feel like the one sentence is enough, or you feel like you got what you needed to get out in that moment, then congratulations, you did it. I'd also like to talk about prompts. Do they work? Don't they work? Are they anything you should worth trying? Or anything are they worth you trying? I think as a beginner, prompts can definitely be very, very helpful, to just tell someone to sit and write, especially when they have so much going on. It can feel a little intimidating and not, very direct. You don't really know where to start. So in my opinion, prompts, especially when you're trying to start a new meditative or mindfulness practice, can really be helpful in just getting your motors started and getting that practice of pen to paper down. Here are a couple prompts that you could try. Right now, I'm feeling ... If my body could speak, it would say, today, peace looks like. I don't know why, but I feel like I need to write about. So if you're going to use one of these prompts, I also definitely want to encourage you to write freely, no editing. You're not writing this for anyone to read other than maybe yourself at a later date. So you don't need to worry about grammar. I think that people get so caught up in spelling and grammar, and it can be so silly. The point is to get the emotion and the feeling out. You don't need to worry about the logistics of it all, or if your punctuation is good or bad, because at the end of the day, it's just for you. It is just for you. So write it down, cry it out. When you're done your exercise, I highly recommend just putting your pen down, taking a nice deep cleansing breath, and just sitting in the moment, and letting all those things that you just wrote. You don't even need to read it right away or immediately, but just to sit and to kind of like continue that feeling of mindfulness, because your brain just did this really beautiful thing where it is observing, right? Like it's not actively doing, it's observing. You got to just observe all these thoughts almost as another person. So just sitting in that and letting your brain to continue doing that for a moment is really, really beneficial. So don't move too fast. Don't close the book and then get up. Just kind of sit and be in that moment and feel how your body feels, and do a couple deep cleansing breaths before you get up and go back into the world. So I told you if you stuck around, I would read something that I've been writing. I'm going through a bit of a transitional period in my life right now, and this YouTube channel has been really nice. Today and right now, I allow the pain I've been holding to flow through me and to be released back into the universe. Today and right now, I accept the things I cannot change and promise to refocus my energy to things I can. I know that I am a vessel for the divine to create and witness love. I am here to make the world a better place, and that is all. That is enough. I will observe my pain, feel it, detach from it, then transmute the energy into something beautiful. Although my pain hurts, I am grateful to be alive and to know this too shall pass. And when it does, I shall be better for it, for me and for everyone in my life. So that is just a bit of an example of, something that I've been working on or writing recently, and to wake up and to kind of just like dump these out of my brain. It's also a really just a beautiful start to my day, that these are my first thoughts of the day. So it feels really grounding. It feels really lovely. Highly recommend. Journaling is meditation. It is a kind of meditation, especially when it's done with intention and softness and with And there's no right or wrong way to do it. The big point is just to do it. So if you're trying to get into some more mindfulness and meditative practices, I highly recommend this one. If there's something else, another entry level way to get into mindfulness and meditation, I really would love to share it with everybody. So share it with me so we can blast it out. I really want meditation to be accessible because I genuinely believe that it can change the world, because I know that it's changed my life. So thank you, and I'll see you guys next time.